Paul Graham from Optimal Body Personal Training. Today, I'm going to explain to you how to get into an energy deficit without counting calories. So every fad diet, every program out there creates an energy deficit to cause you to lose weight. Simply put, you need to burn out more energy than you're taking in. Some have you count calories, some have you eliminate all calorie-dense foods, other ones have you focus on eating lots of protein and fiber to keep you satisfied, but at the end of the day, they all use different tricks or strategies to get you into this energy deficit. How do you get into this energy deficit without counting calories, eliminating all your favorite foods, or strict rules? We're gonna walk you through this step by step, and today's gonna be the first step towards learning this. What you wanna do is pay attention to your hunger and satisfaction levels. What does this mean? Let's start by looking at hunger. First, you wanna identify the difference between being physiologically hungry and wanting to eat. Most people think they know the difference, but most people aren't actually paying attention to what they're experiencing. For example, emotions often play a role. People could be eating because they're feeling stressed, because they're feeling bored. In addition to emotion, you also have social situations and gatherings. And people oftentimes are just eating out of habitual eating. So it's noon and I eat at noon. So you want to eat only when you're physically hungry. That's your body's way of saying it needs something. So it's really important to start to identify what true hunger feels like. So actual hunger, what does it feel like? The way we teach this to clients is thinking of it being like a spectrum from 0 to 10. And so there's varying levels of hunger. Most people think of hunger as being hungry or not, but it doesn't work this way. So if you're trying to lose weight, you want to get really good and hungry. So you should have things like stomach grumbling, or if you had to do you're busy with an hour of work, you wouldn't be able to keep working, you'd have to stop and eat because you're that hungry. But you don't want to hit too hungry. Too hungry looks like feeling weak, feeling shaky, having your mood alter. You want to make sure that you're really good and hungry with stomach grumbling, but not too much. Where most people think really hungry is, actually isn't. It's farther up the scale towards satisfied. So what you have to do is play around and experiment with this. Just wait a little bit when you think you're hungry and see what happens. Oftentimes we'll have clients who think they're really good and hungry and couldn't wait another hour, and they slowly wait and they can actually go another 2, 3, 4 hours without eating. For a lot of people, this can be scary. So many people aren't used to being physically hungry anymore because they're constantly grazing on food or they're eating anytime they have a desire to eat. And these feelings can be, for some, a little bit scary when they start feeling their stomach grumbling. And so what you want to do is practice and slowly ease yourself in. Everything will be okay. Our bodies are designed, if need be, to be able to go days without food. So everything will be okay. Try to experiment and really push into that hunger and see how far you go before you start getting signs of too hungry. For some of our clients, they're really scared, and we have them even just wait an extra minute or an extra 3 minutes or 5 minutes. You can scale this up or down to meet what you're ready to do. The important thing is you keep slowly pushing it a little bit more and a little bit more and find out where that level of real hunger is for you and what it feels like for you. Next, let's look at satisfaction. So feeling full. Most people eat until they feel full in their stomach. A lot of times people even eat till they're past full and they're stuffed. What we want you to do is start eating until you're 80% full. What this means is a little bit less food. And again, you're gonna have to play with this and experiment. It's not a mathematical thing where you calculate how many calories you have and reduce that by 20%. It's playing around and learning what 80% full feels like. So this is a pretty simple experiment. Doesn't mean it's easy, but it's pretty simple. So if normally you eat this much food on your plate, just reduce it by a little bit. It could even just be a few spoonfuls of food left on the plate, or maybe it's a quarter of the plate. It's going to depend on you, but just try reducing it by a little bit and then see what happens. And then if you're not hitting the right levels of hunger by the next time you're eating, next time try reducing your food by a little bit more. And eventually what's gonna happen is you're gonna know physically what 80% full feels like for you. So again, there's a lot of experimentation in seeing and experiencing what this is like. It's not something you're just gonna get in a day or 2 days. It's something that's gonna take you a while to learn. So when a lot of clients start doing this, they find it really hard because let's face it, learning something new is hard. And this is a lot of the appeal of diets or fad programs is they have simple, strict rules you have to follow. Although it's hard learning this is what's gonna give you freedom over the long term of being able to eat a lot of your favorite foods and still be able to lose weight. The freedom to actually be able to sustain the results you're gonna get. So is it difficult? Definitely. But this is what's gonna give you the flexibility and allow you to sustain results long term. And another big factor in getting the right level of satisfaction, that 80% full, and then the right levels of getting really good and hungry is eating lots of whole foods, getting good ratios of protein and fat and carbs and vegetables and all your different food groups. That's going to be the next thing we're going to cover in our video series where we're going to walk you around how to get some type of balance, which is going to help you nail 80% full and getting really good and hungry on less food. So go out and practice 80% full and getting really good and hungry. This is what's going to give you the freedom to be able to enjoy family events, vacations, going out to restaurants, and still be able to lose weight and reach your goals.